Original Buhari ruled Nigeria 2 years. Fake Buhari ruled Nigeria 6 years. And a dead man ruled Nigeria for 6 years. And I quote, from 2016, from 2015 to 2017 is 2 years. 2017 to 2023 is 6 years. When you add it together, I have 8 years. Then again, the bridge between the fired Buhari and living Buhari is what? How many? 8 years. Because the total years is now 8 years. 2 years for the fired Buhari, 6 years for the living Buhari. Buhari actually, we received the news from UK.com when it mattered most about his sickness that took him away for good 6 months out of, seat of authority, Aso Rock in Nigeria. We had a government then, a president then, a government then whose head was living in London Hospital, while Nigeria is just wasting under Yemi Ochibanjo because Yemi was not in charge. It was Abba Kyari the late Abba Kyari that was spied by COVID-19 was in charge. Then he could not come back home 2017. He died February, March 2017. UK.com edit. Mama Charlie Queen Elizabeth observe silence. On social media, everybody watch it. Nnamdi Kanu edit. And if you ask me, that was the only sin of Nnamdi Kanu that even made the UK, the British, turn their back on him in his current travail he's going through. The original Buhari and the foreign Buhari.
Mr. Raf, thank you for having you on this channel this morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Viewers, in case if this is your first time of coming across our video, subscribe on your notification and drop your like on this channel. Yeah. Mr. Raf, shocking to us.
Good morning.
You are one of these people that used to talk about Nigeria to stop destroying our institutions.
Yes.
Instead of glorifying individuals.
Yeah.
Under Buhari regime, they destroy our institutions. After his 8 years, Buhari ran to his state in Katsina State. But I speak to you now, he escaped kidnapping and he ran to Kaduna State.
They are going to succeed on kidnapping Buhari because it is only one that is with God Almighty that is majority. When you think that you have many armed men all around you to the tune of 1 million, when God is not with you, you are exposed to insecurity. What do I mean here? Buhari is trying to tell the whole world that he has all it takes to protect himself from an external attack or abduction. So I'm talking to you, Daura is in Kaduna State until Katsina State was created out of Kaduna. Katsina State was created out of Kaduna and the rest of the northern states. And now Daura, the hopefully or presumably home of Buhari, which many people think it is in Katsina. It's still in Kaduna State. And after much hard working to escape from Niger. Niger is ancestral town. When the junta took over the government, democratically, elected regime of Niger, Buhari absconded into, I think, UK. From UK has come back to Niger, and the heat was over there because the kind of government they have in Niger right now, they could at least apprehend Buhari, get him arrested. Because you that rule Nigeria, what are you doing in Niger? It means you have a central home in Niger. You actually deceived the Nigerians, worked in their military for many years, ruled them for the first time in 1980s, and still come back in this new millennium. Become Nigerian president from 2015 to 2033. That's straight 8 years. And you still ran back to Niger. That was, that's a lots inclusion of, of deception and deceit by a man twice Nigerian president. Today is absconding from Katsina into Kaduna, yes, to his original, according to him, maternal home or paternal home. Paternal home is it anyway. Let's just take it like that. To secure himself from banditry. Why are you running away from trouble that you caused by yourself? You think you are going to at least prevail on using your army of bandits to prevail on Jonathan. Now it has gotten after you. Why are you running away? When a man sets his house on fire, he began to shout, Look at tiger coming. It is all over me, inferno of flame. He started shouting so that all his kinsmen could come out to what? Assist him. Stop shouting of wolf. You are the one that invited the wolf that has actually eaten up all your sheep and animals. Where are you running to? Buhari has now absconded from Katsina into Kaduna State. The same Kaduna State that they use Fulani herdsmen to annihilate, to decimate them in their large number. Every time incessant militia, Fulani militia attack on Kaduna people. Today, Kaduna is a safe haven for the same person that invited banditry and other insurgency into Nigeria in 2015 because he was thinking Jonathan will be crippled, Jonathan will be pied. Today, Jonathan is not pied, Jonathan is alive, living in Otueke, in Otueke, his Otueke community, while you that invited all these insurgents, you are on the run. Because why? Knock, knock, who is there? Is one of James Hadley Chase's, James Hadley Chase pieces.
Mr. Ram,
yes, he wrote
sorry for cutting you short. I want to cut you short here. I have one listened to your interview where you say Buhari, this one that is claiming to be Buhari, could be a fake Buhari. And you also said it now that Buhari ran away from Niger, maybe probably because of this military that taking away Niger. Yeah. Maybe it might be arrested. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, what I mean by that is that they will question his true identity. They will question his maternal or paternal, at least, nationality, identity, sorry. So what I'm trying to say is that he's running about, absconding from Niger again into Nigeria. He had this reason, because actually if he stays there, the military junta will get him arrested.
Mr. Raf, do you think, if you said with all these things that Buhari is fake one, do you think people like Obasanjo, the rest of all these Nigerian politicians will discover these news and they keep quiet? Because when they happened during Yaradua, we know that they tried to cover Yaradua own, but Obasanjo stood up there and voiced out that Yaradua is dead. And that's why Yaradua was exposed.
And eventually nobody could actually stand up and told us then that Buhari was dead. Why? Because of their selfish gains. What is it that must have culminated to Adamo Chomole saying that if they remove him from the national chairman of APC, then he's going to tell the whole world who was at Asorok? What is it that would have at least orchestrated Abola Ahmed Tinubu making such statement that if so and so thing happened when he was about becoming Nigerian president, he was going to actually tell the whole world who was at Asorok? What actually motivated Rocha Sokrocha to have made that statement that if so and so thing, if they could not allow him to rig his own in Imo State, he's going to tell the whole world who actually is Asorok, is at Asorok. And each and every person that comes up to make this statement, while making it, finishing the statement, it won't be up to 24 hours. He will get justice he deserves.
Mr. Raf,
let me tell you, everybody actually know that the wrong person ruled. But wait for me. Do you know what? Many years to come, Nigerian authors, Nigerians are good writers. Many people should write what actually transpired between 2015 and 2023. The real personality, identity of the then Nigerian president.
Mr. Raf, on this particular topic, I want in 30 seconds if you can do it. Now that with this point you have brought out, why is it, if it is true, why is it that the sons, the wife, they are not coming out to talk?
Thank you so much. Yusuf, the son, biological son of Muhammad Buhari, when it matters most that Daura and Aicha, his mother, were fighting, Yusuf came out and said, why shouldn't you people allow my father to arrest? I will tell the whole world the truth. They bundled Aicha, packaged him into Dubai. She know how much that was given to him in dollars. Yusuf actually knew that the father was dead. That's why he made that statement. When Daura was fighting dirty with his father's wife, his mother, over a new wife. There was a time they planned new wife for Buhari. Yusuf said, allow my father to rest. Yusuf fought Mama Daura. Aicha fought Mama Daura's stupor. That's why they settled Aicha, and Aicha stayed away from the fake Buhari for many years. Until his, at least, let me say, do I call it handing over to Ahmed Tinubu, or expiration of his tenure. he was not with Aisha Buhari. Aisha Buhari stopped visiting Aso Rock immediately her husband died, because actually, they cloned that man. It was Buhari's lookalike. It wasn't originally Aisha Buhari's husband. I'm telling you that many years to come, many books, many writers will actually come and envelope what actually transpired from 2015 to 2017, 2017 to 2023. Two different persons, at least, was the head of Nigerian government.
Mr. Chinedu, good morning.
Yes,
Thank you for having me on this platform this morning.
Morning.
Yes, Soludo yesterday was granted interview in channels whereby he said Samuel Ekpa is deceiving Biafran. He's using his platform to raise funds on his own. And he also talked about Mazin Amdekanu coming out on Friday. We don't have any positive change in security, that whether it come out or not. Security of Southeast will also remain the same. What do you have to say about that?
I think he just not being realistic by himself. The Chukuma Soludo, the former CBN governor that we used to know, very intelligent, active, has suddenly become, something of people begin to wonder, is that actually the Soludo that were CBN governors at that time? Something has gone off Soludo completely. He might not even know much about Simon Ekpa. He might not even know much about Nnamdi Kanu. He might not know much about what these men are into. He might not know the kind of intelligence they have. He might not be able to have the spread and the connection these men enjoy globally. As a governor, he's whatever jurisdiction or whatever he does is within Nigeria. But we are talking of these men who are seen as international symbol of agitation, both in Africa, Asia, and around the world. Even the American government has come to recognize it. I must give it to Simon Ekpa, from the dimension that shares that understanding that Igbos can achieve many things in diversity. Today, we've seen what happened last year, where redeclaration and recognition assembly festival was held in Haiti, in Finland, by the same Simon Ekpa that somebody called Chukuma Soludo is calling a fundraiser. We saw what happened in Finland, significantly recognized, allowed, endorsed by the European community, by the European Union. Samaniba is only going through a process, which is what people might not understand. That it is not a matter of what the petition the Nigerian government put up out there against Samaniba that is holding Samaniba. What is holding Samaniba is already a known process that is required for the Finnish police and government, to determine their own citizen whether he is linked or involved in any act of terrorism. And in doing that, Samoneba was banned from public appearance. It's simple as that. He has no connection with the Qaeda network. He has no connection with ISIS. He has no connection with Hamas. He has no connection whatsoever. That's why recently the Finland government got a very diplomatic delegate from U.S. government supported by Donald Trump, that visited Finland recently to have a closed door with Alexander Stubb on the revelation surrounding the massive Simon Ekpa's disappearance from the public attention or glare or eyes. And they put up something there. That what they are doing at this moment in time is to protect Simon Ekpa ahead of what is coming. And they were asking that the Russian government has also done that in their own regard by demanding that there might be nuclear confrontation, because of the Finnish government support against Russia, support for Finland. And they are putting some of these deals, based on the position Simon Ekpa has found himself with the Finnish government, which to Simon Ekpa, it is a good development. To people who understand what Simon Ekpa is doing, it is a good development. These men have successfully put Biafran government agenda, quest, solidarity, rally, popularity. They have globalized, the Biafran. There's no country in the world now that you will not. That, you too much Soludo cannot come out and say that these men are not doing anything. They are doing something. Just reminds me of Chen Wisman, the man that initiated the Zionist movement. The Zionist movement is still going on. The Zionist movement currently now is being led by Benjamin Netanyahu and have other branches like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa, and so many of them, even from the guy from Ibrahim Traore from Burkina Faso, and some of them from Mali and thereabout. The guy from Ambazonia that is seeking, a serious alliance with Biafra to the extent they are already projecting collapsing Ambazonia to Biafra as U.S. government congressmen are trying to work out things. So you cannot, Chukwuma Soludo cannot say that Simon Ekpa is not something doing something. To them, they are not doing something. But to those who knows what is going on, they are really doing something. Talking about the supreme leader, Mazin Kanu himself, of course, we saw recently how his son became the best mathematician in the world in somewhere in USA. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu's son, Nwankwo Kanu. Of course, that is his name, Nwankwo Kanu. It's going for a big celebration. His father is somewhere 5 years now, and the guy is already creating another popularity somewhere. People are asking, whose son is it? They were saying it clearly that is the man they called Biafra. That is about Biafra. That is the son of the Biafran freedom fighter that has been that was kidnapped by Buhari and Tinubu from Kenya. Till this moment, he's still in detention. So I don't want Chukwuma Soludo, the governor of Anambra State, to separate reality, because Nnamdi Kanu has become, a higher reality. Biafra has become a higher reality. Simon Ekpa has become a higher reality. It's unfortunate that you don't be surprised that most of these people might be greedy of the sources these people have recorded globally in trying to bring the world attention to the plight of what is happening in Nigeria. You can't tell me that without these men, the United States government, the congressmen will not be talking about the killing of different Christians in Nigeria, the killing in Middle Belt. It is as a result of the effort of Dr. Rabese, Gosu Rabese, and so many Biafrans spread all over the world, including some musicians of Igbo origin, talking about Rihanna, talking about Will Smith, talking about so many of them like that Black Americans who are in sympathy, who are celebrating Donald Trump's support for Biafra, and they are signaling they are ready to deposit whatever it is to make Biafra work. And to the surprise of the world, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, lobbies has already proclaimed or disclosed that the office of the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, has supported the Biafra logistic program ahead of what is going to come that I don't want to disclose now, to the tune of $1 billion. So you can see that these men are actually doing something that to all these Nigerian politicians of Igbo extraction, it is a mystery.
Mr. Chinedu, I want to ask you, every single opportunity Chasoludo have, he tried to discredit this man in front fighting for the liberation of the people. And not only that, even in the Anambra where he governed as a governor, he discredit people. He's the person that said that, you know what, a pastor cannot go to market to go and preach, stay here, do this. He almost said it of recent that he does not see any opposition that will challenge him, that he will be elected in 2027 in the next election. People are saying, where is this man getting this confidence? What does he think he is? Do you think that Charles Oludo is a problem to Southeast?
Allegiance to the oath he swore of the darkness called Nigeria is also playing out in this place. But the real fact is that Biafra is a Zionist nation. Biafra is a Christian nation, and Biafra is a nation. Everybody has right to go about his or her business. And a man of God was asking, Chukwuma Soludo, you are saying that people will not preach in the market, people will not preach the gospel in the market, but you are allowing those who are selling granite to shout granite, granite, granite. You are allowing those who are selling rat poison, rat poison, rat poison, rat poison. You are allowing those who are playing Davido, Michael Jackson on the street of Anambra State to be, putting their speakers there. But somebody that is talking about good news, preservation of humanity, righteousness, morality, you are saying the person should shut up. Well, what is a clear thing that his time has come for Tukuma Soludo, to actually, go down, because you cannot try God. We have not seen God, but we believe He exists. I believe God exists. I believe I am a sinner. I believe that with the intervention of God, that is what made me here. Because of Christ, that as I'm standing here, God is not looking at me, but God does not have what it takes to look at me as a sinner. What God is seeing in me is Christ. That's why God is still keeping me alive. So if you are saying that such thing should be abolished, then you are telling us where you come from and where your loyalty is based. But I can tell you, Biafra is a Zionist movement. Listen to the recent interview by the present Prime Minister of Israel talking about Zionism. All Zionists all over the world, we know ourselves and we know where we stand.
Biafra is a Zionist. Nobody can stop the movement. I will not let you go until I ask you this question. In case what is happening in River State, where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu took it upon himself and declared state of emergency by allowing the governor, the vice, the deputy governor, the House of Assembly member to stay aside so that the military to take over. Many big lawyers in Nigeria have decided that Tinubu does not have that power. What is your own opinion in this issue?
I think in the same way Tinubu hastily collapsed Nigerian economy, but because he doesn't know how to place the technicalities and modalities attached to uh, um, uh, its removal of subsidy. He collapsed in a haste. He collapsed the economy till today. He has not been able to repair it. The same thing he took to River State, where he hurriedly, put up an impeachment. It is the president now that has impeached Subara. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has impeached Subara by himself. That's what it means. And imposed an ally of Wike as the military, as an administrator. And the same way they are removing about the issue of Mazin Namdekano, removing or stopping or pretending to be what they are not on the issue of Mazin Namdekano's judge, judgment, bringing judge here, bringing this and that, saying all manner of things. But the fact still remains that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the way they hurriedly brought James Omotosho to preside over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is something everybody is watching to see. Because none of these moves by Bola Ahmed Tinubu recently has paid well for the federal government. What he has done in River State is going to backfire. And what is going to backfire? The same thing Gowon did by declaring state of emergency. Is the same thing. A Yoruba man that knows the capacity of the unity when Ijo and Igbo people come together. They know what it means. And I can tell you, we are going back to destroy the amnesty established by Yanadua.
Are you saying now that everything works for good for them that love the Lord? Because before now, when Mazin and the Kanu started, the Ijo, the South, they join hands together for them to exit from Nigeria. But it comes to understand the federal government played their politics by causing enmity between them, whereby they separated the Igbo from this fight. And that's why you could see that they abandoned Igbos. Because the first time it happened where they arrested Mazin and the Kanu before 2015, the job people threatened, the militant threatened that if they refuse to release Mazin Abdikano, they will bomb the pipeline, the oil and the rest. And that's why they quickly ran to court and look for a way to release Mazin Abdikano then. And after then, they caused enmity between Mazin Abdikano and the militants, whereby they are no longer supporting Mazin Abdikano. Are you saying that with this case that is happening now, the relationship of Biafrans and the militants now will be strong?
How do you know people who are consistent and truthful? Igbos has been consistent and truthful. Igbo has been very optimistic in different directions where some of these things come forth. Different directions. Igbo has been consistent. Because of Asari Dokubo, he supported Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He even went to Abuja. This Asari Dokubo, he said all manner of things. How Bola Ahmed Tinubu bought him house, buy him car, married so many wives for him. Asari Dokubo. But today, what happened?
Mm.
But in all these things, you don't see Igbo man make noise. You don't see Igbo people disturb. You know, to tell you where Igbo man stand, is still where he stands. Based on that reason, that's why we see some of these things happen. But from the revelation we are getting from Fubara was actually the main reason why, you know, we have not seen mid-level commanders, Niger Delta mid-level commanders, who are predominantly Igbos in Niger Delta area, you know, are hitting the pipelines in protest of the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But now, the Ijaw nation is a call for understanding that Igbos are not their enemy. You know, Yorubas and the Hausas are, you know, clearly, they have been sitting on the resources of that state, you know, and today, what can you gain from such thing? Asari Dokubo, when will your eye be open? When will you begin to observe reality? When will you discover that you have been misled? Even if there's a problem between you and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it would have warranted you to go to an extent of doing this, doing that. Look at what Wike said, that without Igbos, there's no Ijaw. Wike said it, and everybody's angry. The Ijaw nation is angry. Why would Wike say without Igbo people, there's no Ijaw? That Ijaw is only in Bayelsa State, and they're the minority of the minority. Igbos never hold that as kind of, you know, assertion, you know, about the Ijaw people. But unfortunately, the Igbos choose to call the Igbos enemy, even though knowing fully well that Igbos can pick up their arms and against the Nigerian government as a result of Tinubu trying to repeat what Gowon did. They did it.
Sachinedu, I want to appreciate you for coming on this channel this morning. Thank you so much. Viewers, kindly subscribe on this channel. We keep seeing this face on this channel. Thank you so much for having you.